Titanium Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Aquarius, okay? So this is for any placements of Aquarius you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I will welcome you with open arms because it knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I'm using it on the Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck. I will also mention when it's time for you to use your own intuition. And with that, let's get started. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. And you got the 3 of Autumn. I think someone else got this too at the beginning of the reading. Probably, I can't remember, but one of the other air signs. Anyway, was it Libra? Or was it Gemini? In any case, the next card is the 8 of Autumn, followed by the Star, which is you. Haha. Right. Then we have the Princess of Spring, the 6 of Summer, the 4 of Autumn, the Ace of Summer, the 2 of Autumn, the 6 of Spring, the 8 of Summer, and the Awakening card. The crack. Stairs. In case 6 of Spring and the Prince of Autumn, as well as 3 of Summer. Okay. Alright, so we start off with 3 of Autumn. And 3 of Autumn, okay, my gorgeous Aquariuses, is all about follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talents. I've had Tom Hiddleston in my mind, like, since I finished the Libra reading. I have. And I know that Tom Hiddleston did exactly this. He followed his passion when it comes to his career. He did, and he is being handsomely compensated at this point. So, now the next card is the 8 of Autumn. Now the 8 of Autumn talks of do more research before proceeding, education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeship. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects, which is interesting because I know that Tom Hiddleston, he went to what was that acting school in Britain? In any case, and in this school they have an apprenticeship program where you learn under someone who has been at that school as well, and who's graduated in RADA. That was it. Yes. I remember from a video, an interview he did, that an actual critic, like a not cinema, but theater critic, told in his critique, said that he was too RADA. Well, I can't really say it the way he does it. I don't have that accent at this point. But anyway, next card is the Aquarius card, which is your card, by the way. And Tom Hiddleston, is an Aquarius as well, which really fits in quite nicely. And the interesting thing is that this card reminds me a lot of him. It does. Because this card talks about look to the future with hope and optimism. The power of faith to move mountains. Happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. Hope, the power of faith to move mountains. I mean, his faith in his work and in his and I don't know if this is true, but I believe that his belief that he can do great things and his determination in working in this field allowed him to be where he is today, right? Allowed him to get the role of a lifetime, which is Loki from in Thor franchise. In any case, the next card is the Princess of Spring. Now, the Princess of Spring is a very optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, and energetic individual. It says, it's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight, which is what he does on a regular basis, being a creative individual, being an actor, doing what he does, right? Yes. Then you have the Six of Summer. Now, the Six of Summer, alright, talks of children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they actually occurred. Now, this is just saying that people from your past are coming in, or if I continue with the analogy of Tom Hiddleston's past, I remember that he was studying, he went to school with a couple of, like, Redmayne, I think, the guy who plays in Magnificent Beasts and Where to Find Them, the main character. He was like someone that Tom, I think, would look up to in school for his ability to act and whatnot. So, I mean, that just reminds you that, I mean, I don't know, return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they actually occurred. Now, the return of people or romances from the past, it could just be him and, well, I mean, how does this apply? It could just be someone who's coming in from an earlier part of your life, or someone who's coming in and you guys are collaborating. Now, I know that he and Benedict Cumberbatch used to work together on a previous film, War Horse, I think, and so now they're working together in the Avengers, which is interesting. Now, the next card is the Four of Autumn. Now, the Four of Autumn talks of manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out those who are less fortunate. I feel like the thing that I mentioned about Radleigh and how he is in an apprenticeship program because he has done well for himself in the medium he's working in, right? As an actor, he not only does film, but he also does the theater, and he does very well for himself, so I guess that is a reason for him to be a mentor. And so I guess that he would be in the position of the lady who is the one who's more fortunate and who's helping out the person on the other side of the card who is less fortunate. Like, this dude is less fortunate, or this girl. Yeah, this person is definitely less fortunate than this one. And this is where Tom Hiddleston would be, while this would be where his where his mentees are. Not to say that they are, like, very bad off, but I'm just saying that he just be utilizing his time, his talent, his energy to help out those who are less fortunate, right? To lead them in the right direction, because he's gone the right direction and he can help out those who came after him. Now, the next card is the Ace of Summer. Now, the Ace of Summer talks about open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. Now, this, because the idea I just got, and I don't know if this is right, but I feel like there's something in regards to a mentee that you have, or a mentor that you have, that you are, and my nose is itchy, so here it is here. probably there is a new intimate relationship being built with a mentor or mentee, which, I mean, if you know what you're doing, could be very lucrative, but it can, if you don't know what you're doing, it could be very destructive. So just keep that in mind. Okay. If anyone knows Tom Hiddleston, and if anyone, or if this could help him, just let him know, right? Be mindful. Be mindful, right? And the next card is the Two of Autumn. Now, the Two of Autumn, alright, talks of bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an unexpected talent for multitasking. Now, this would be in reference to knowing what you're doing in regards to the emotional relationship with the mentee or mentor. So please use your discernment. Don't go into this blind, the D at the end. Yes. Be mindful. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing and that this has no hard feelings involved. This is just for fun. Just make sure that everyone involved knows and that this is not something emotionally, taxing for the other person. Okay, for the one who is less fortunate or at a lower stage. Please be mindful of this. Alright? Because or else you might do something that ruins someone. And I don't know about you, but I would rather not do that. Because I have been known to do that. And I'm trying to steer clear of that. So, yes. Now, next card is the Six of Spring. Now, the Six of Spring talks of wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. Now, I feel like, I don't know what this is referring to, but you are going to be publicly recognized. So if this is in regards to I feel like this is in regards to the mentee, because the mentor is already publicly recognized. So this is the mentee. So if you, and I'm getting that this is specifically to the mentee, if you keep in mind, okay, all these things that I mentioned, not only for you, but for the mentor as well. If you keep that in mind, if you keep it only professional, if you take your emotions out of it and you just remind yourself that it is for fun and not to get emotionally involved so you don't emotionally tax yourself, that is how you will be able to reach this. But if you don't, if you allow yourself to be emotionally taxed due to the emotional interaction that you're getting into, that to you is emotional, while to the other is just fun, you might get something out of it. That, or so if you keep it just lighthearted, excuse me, Spirit is here. If you keep it just lighthearted and you don't really get emotionally involved, I feel like it'll become a very lucrative experience. But if you allow yourself to get emotionally involved and emotionally intertwined with what you're currently going through, it will be taxing. It will be more destructive than constructive, is what I'm getting. Okay, because don't forget, if I use the Tom Hiddleston and mentee analogy, I'm not saying that this is him, but I'm just saying that if, I don't know where you are at in the business, but if you try, like, if he does something and you're vexed, okay, well, who is the media going to listen to? You, who has, I don't know if you have a name, but for yourself in in this domain, but you who's getting started, or Tom who has the name, the backing, who's done so much work. I'm not trying to say that Tom's a bad person. I don't know him personally, so I can't talk. But I'm just saying, mind what you're doing, okay? Someone with that much of a cachet, that much of a name for themselves, right, can definitely sweep this under the rug. Not that he will, but I mean, I don't know him personally, so I can't talk for him, even though I've had a gigantic crush on him for a very long time, which has ended like a couple of years ago. But like, I had a crush on him for 3-4 years. Even though that happened, he is still a person, he's still a human being, he still interacts, he's not a god, he's just a man, okay, and I know that very well, so please keep this in mind. This might not be, no one might know Tom Hiddleston, no one might be like enacting or whatnot, but if you are in a mentor-mentee situation, be mindful of this, please, and take this as a grain of salt. Okay? Just do. I'm just saying. Now, the next card is the Eight of Summer. Now, the Eight of Summer talks about the desire for more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. So this would be for the ones who don't heed my warning and who take this to heart and get emotionally taxed while doing this. Right? If that is the case, I feel like you are going to want to move on to different endeavors, to a different business, to something else. So keep it in mind, right? Yes, keep that in mind. Now, the next card is the Awakening card, which is the Hanged Man in this deck, and I feel like, so you will get the public recognition. Oh, okay. So you will get the public recognition. You will be able to get, was it in this reading? But I was talking about if you want to get to like something, go to the end of it and then see what you actually think about it before changing your mind. Right? Now, I find myself very two-faced at this point, because I have done this quite often, just change my mind halfway through, but the halfway through is only because it wasn't really what I wanted. It was something that would just be like someone else wanted it or something along those lines. But if you really want it, go to the ends of it and see how it is, and then you can change your mind, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is because this card is the Hanged Man, right? This is the Awakening card in this deck, and it talks of change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in action. So this is basically saying, before acting too rashly, right, think things through. See what you can do, right? So before completely letting go and moving on, see if there's something like a golden nugget you take. I'm not saying don't move on, I'm just saying observe and see if there's a golden nugget you can take from what you've learned up to this point to the next stage in your life. Because I have done that a lot, alright? Just taking, for example, my YouTube channel, my presence on YouTube started off as a communication coach, then I completely changed. I stopped that, then I took this up again as a tarot reader because I knew that I had stuff to share with the world. I just didn't know how, what medium to use, and so I'm still posting on YouTube. I'm just doing it a little differently. You know what I mean? Yes. Now the next card is the Prince of Autumn. Now the Prince of Autumn, okay, is a very dependable, protective, chivalrous, and humorous individual. It says cautious with wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others. And my mind went back to Tom. Why? I mean, Tom is an older and younger brother to two ladies, one of which is an actual actress. You know, so I would say that he has an eye out for his sisters. He's dependable for them. He is protective of them. And I might be paraphrasing. This might not be the case, but I'm just saying. He is a very diplomatic individual, and he also has fun, and he's very humorous. So, I mean, but he is an air sign, right? Because you guys are an Aquarius, so he is cautious but wise with his words at times, which makes him a very good diplomat. Except, you know, like I myself am a Libra, so I can spot these things. So, and with being a diplomat, he's very attentive to details, and he is kind to others, while his face says one. This might be personal, okay, so don't listen to this bit, but he is very diplomatic, but sometimes, I mean, people's faces say so much more than what they're actually verbally saying, and their body language as well, which is what you need to look out for mostly when you're not trusting a person. You just check out what they're doing. Nonverbal communication. And that will tell you all you need to know. Only a very few amount of people can act all the time. I mean, he's a good actor, but he is not that good of an actor. I'm just saying. So, the next card is the Three of Summer, okay? And the Three of Summer, okay, is talking about news worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, and births, friends you cherish, and births, right? I don't know, sometimes I speak so quickly, I'm not enunciating correctly, at least the birth part, right? So, this is basically talking about celebration, and party could also be talking about third party, but now I don't know where you stand in this reading. I don't know who's listening. I don't know what your story is, but be mindful. You might be a person that you're dealing with might be doing a third party situation on you, or you might be doing a third party situation on you. So this is for the crosswatchers if that is the case. Be mindful. Okay, I did say it, I don't know if I said it in this one, but at the beginning, I do read for crosswatchers, but I might snitch, so be mindful, right? So, with that being said, my gorgeous Aquarians, this is all I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, where you'll also find my price for private readings, as well as the email you can use for PayPal if you feel so called to send in donations, and I would be very, very, very appreciative for that. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow, yes, gorgeous and fellow, I have Aquarius in my chart, but I don't have it in my houses. No, I have it in my houses, but not in my chart. So, my gorgeous Aquariuses, this is all that I have for you guys this week. And with that, I wish you guys a very good time, and I'll see you next week, okay? Bye!